Hi guys, I just wanted to make this video to address a few things that perhaps the collective is still kind of fearful about or still unaware of with Santa Muerte. So, this has come to me a few times in the past month or so regarding an old issue. And that old issue is I can't feel Santa Muerte all the time. Well, my opinion on that is that you don't have to feel her all the time. She's there regardless. And the reason that she's there regardless, logically, is because death is constantly around you. And I'm not trying to dilute or to simplify Santa Muerte's presence, but the truth of the matter is that you invited her into your home, you invited her into your mind. Once you did that, she doesn't leave unless you tell her to leave. And once you've done that, she becomes a part of you. You don't have to feel her all the time. That's a psychological thing, a psychological need for consistent presence. You don't have to feel the presence of death all the time to know that it's there. And if what you're talking about is that warm, loving, motherly type of presence around you, you don't have to feel that all the time around you either to know that your mother is consistently got your back. Now, I personally don't like to refer to her as mother, but that's what some people refer to as, so that's why I'm referring to her that way. Um, you don't need to feel her all the time. She's there. Don't worry. The moment that you invited her in is the moment she made herself comfortable with you, and with all that time that you probably have already spent with her and all of the dedication that you've put forth, don't worry. She's there all the time. You don't have to worry about that. Um, another thing, which should be plainly obvious, but even I'm guilty of not doing, is memorizing some prayers. You never know when you need them. You never know when you want to say them. And it's just handy and also sign of dedication to memorize some prayers. I personally would memorize them in Spanish, but there's English ones out there too. So long as your connection is true and pure, memorize some prayers. Okay? Another bit of advice is always have that rosary on hand. And I don't mean the physical one, I mean the words. That rosary is one huge petition. It's an acknowledgement of what she's capable of. It gives you a view into her history, and it gives you an understanding of what people ask her for. So, knowing or having like a written version of her rosary, preferably once again the Spanish one, gives you a very interesting look into what she's been capable of over the years. So it gives you leeway, it gives you understanding of how vast her power is and how strong of a being she can be and how much influence she has on spirits around her and who her helpers are. So you can have religious trauma or you can have beef with the church, but if you think of everything as a formula, maybe you can put aside that hatred and put aside that judgment and utilize that rosary, its words, its written words, to your benefit. Think of it as a formula that works rather than getting emotional about it. Another thing I have to reiterate because of obvious reasons, Santa Muerte is fine with your kids, don't worry. We wouldn't have her in the home, we wouldn't have her positioned in such a holy position if she was harmful to your kids, or harmful to your pregnancy, or harmful to your pets. She's not. It's quite the contrary. People petition her all the time to take care of their kids, to take care of their pets. I mean, it's crazy to think that there's millions of followers and that we would position a spirit inside our home in a very intimate position, and then she's a detriment to our family. Really? How does that make any sense? that always gets me. Like, oh, does she dislike kids? Really? Why? Why would you even think that? Quite the contrary, she is a huge protector. As a matter of fact, there's even a statue out there that has her with two children next to her. And it's not because she took the children to heaven or wherever, it's because she's protecting the children. Like, come on, let's use our common sense here. That one gets me every time. Like, can I have her around my kids? Yeah. Because your kids are also mortal. I'm not sure if that ever sprung to mind, but just as you're mortal, they're mortal. And just as you're petitioning for a better life, you can petition for them for a better life. So, I mean, hey, I had that fear for like a whole 2 or 3 days before I came to the realization of, oh my God, she's actually protected my kid. She's actually gotten my kid out of sickness. She's gotten him out of funk. She's gotten him out of temper tantrums, all kinds of stuff. So don't even for 2 seconds let anybody convince you that having her around your kids is a bad thing. It's completely ridiculous to assume that much. And now one thing I will mention is each individual is going to have an individual experience. So if all you do with Santa Muerte is negative work, well then yeah, obviously you've already built up an energy of negativity. Okay? So if you've already done that and then you bring it into your bedroom where your kids sleep, that's on you. That's not on her. She's just doing what she was asked to do. So we got to acknowledge that. If all you do is curses and hexes and sour stuff all freaking day, that's the energy you built up. That has nothing to do with her. That's what you did. So if anything goes wrong, that's on you. You can't go pointing your finger at the spirit that you petitioned to help you with that, when in all actuality it was your fault. So in that case, I would say, yeah, do that stuff outside. If you're going to be doing nothing but negative stuff, do it outside. Because you don't want to have that in your home consistently, unless that's the kind of home you want to live in. So some people, they lack in the common sense department, and they don't think things through like that. And the next thing you know, their life is falling apart. You never do that stuff inside the house. If you live in an apartment, if you live with somebody else, you know what? No excuses. You got to find a way. Go do it in a cemetery. Go do it by a river. Go do it at a crossroads. Don't do it in your home. You'll find a way. But yeah, don't blame her for stuff happening inside the house when it was you the whole time. But anyway, a few people suggested doing live videos more often. And yeah, I'm guilty of not doing that for a while. So I was thinking about doing a live video on a Friday. I'm just not sure which one. School's about to end for the kids, so there will be a lot of background noise. So I don't want videos to be interrupted. But perhaps not this Friday, but next Friday would be good. I'll do a live video, but I'll try to post it. YouTube is not letting me post those little text announcements anymore for some reason. But I'll let you all know. Like, I'll do like a short video or something and let you all know a date and a time. That way, if you have any questions, you can ask them live. We can get to your concerns live. So hopefully not this Friday, but next Friday. And I'll plan it maybe for like early evening, somewhere around there. I'm Central Time, so it would be, sometime maybe around 6 or 7 p.m. Central Time, somewhere around there. But I'll definitely let you guys know. So those are just some tips for now. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. I'll do my best to answer. As a matter of fact, I'll probably do my best to answer them in a video, another short video. And if I don't get to your question, I apologize. I will just give me some time. Talk to you guys later.